Welcome to the RokCoder cloning tutorial. In this series of tutorials, I'm going to take you through the basics of cloning, why it's useful, what it can be used for, how it works, and problems that you could encounter. To start with, I'll just demonstrate what a clone is. This is a fresh project. There's nothing there apart from Scratchcat, as you would expect when you've created a new project. If I go to the control block, and take a copy of this block, notice that I can drag him around. If I create a clone of myself, it looks like nothing has changed. But the clone is an exact copy of that sprite. It's in the same position, the same costume, the same for this sprite only variables, an identical copy of the sprite. And if I move that sprite, you can see there's actually two of them now. There's a sprite and a clone. I could create another copy. That's the clone. Now this is this original sprite, and notice he's now got another clone. I can move around. So also notice if I press the green flag, the clones are automatically deleted. So what can I do with this? Well, let's start off by a small project example. When I've pressed the green flag, I will set the sprite to the middle of the screen and create a clone of himself. So simply create a clone of myself. Now if I run that code, as you've already seen, it appears that nothing has happened, but we now know a clone has been made in exactly the same place. There's another useful block here called when I start as a clone. So whenever a clone is created, it will automatically run this block. So if in this block I say, let's move him 100 pixels to the right. Now if I run the code, the master sprite will move to the center of the screen, create a copy of himself, which will go here, and the clone will be moved to the right by 100 pixels. So if I run this code, there's the original, and there's a clone 100 pixels to the right. Now let's see what happens with variables. If I have a variable called name for this sprite only, notice I've used a small letter n because it's for this sprite only, and let's set the name of the master sprite to Master Scratchcat. And we will make him say his own name. So he'll say his name, which I don't need to show on the screen. There we go. So now if I run the code, there we go, he's saying Master Scratchcat. I'm going to make the clone move down the screen a little as well so that he's not too cramped for space. So we'll move him down by -100. And we're going to have the clone also saying his name. So take a copy of that. So when he's created, he'll be moved to the right, he'll move down, and he'll say name. If I run this, they're both called Master Scratchcat. Remember that when you create the clone, you'll make it an identical copy. It'll be the same costume, it'll be the same position, the same scale, the same effects, and the same for this sprite only variables. They will all be copied across to the clone, which is why his name is also Master Scratchcat. But I could change his name in there to Scratchcat Clone. And now if I run the code, he has his own name. And I think we'll leave it there for this first tutorial in the series, simply showing how you can create a clone and what a clone is. It's an exact copy that it copies all the appearance, the scale, the rotation, everything, and it copies all the for this sprite only variables across as well.